They don't teach you black people had rulership and dominion over white people for 1,000 years. Called the Dark Age period, where they was crawling on their hands and feet, couldn't even take care of themselves.
Right.
They won't teach you that. They took it completely out of the record. You know what they did? They plastered themselves up to be God. Is that it on that? Keep going.
Thus saith the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down. They shall call them the border of wickedness.
Why is the Most High going to call them the border of wickedness? Homosexuality is running rampant.
That's right.
And they done pass every law to make you feel like it's legal. That's an abomination according to the Bible.
That's right.
So we got on our money under In God We Trust, right? I'm going to show you how the white man's a hypocrite and a liar. In God we trust on all the currency. But you're going to force us to take your filthiness and your garbage? This is the border of wickedness. Read.
And the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever.
Oh, we spreading hate. We are spreading hate though, right? We hate groups. What the Most High said he had for Esau and his kingdom?
Indignation.
Forever. For how long?
Ever.
For how long?
Ever.
So even if you try to run away from this judgment, if you hide in the cliff of a rock, we're going to hunt you down.
That's right.
Give me Jeremiah 16:16. You know why? Because these laws, statutes, and commandments that are in this Bible was the law. When they took us in captivity, they beat this law out of us. They beat our name out of us. They beat our God out of us.
Right.
That's wicked, man. And you got a price to pay. Read.
Jeremiah 16:16. Behold, I will send for many fishers, saith the Lord.
So when the Most High give his servants the green light, when he say, that's it. When he come back, because the first time when Christ came, he came in peace. He came to teach. And they brutalized and beat him, even his own people. But the Romans was the ones responsible for shedding his blood. Them dirty, stinking Jewish people sitting over there in Israel, they call themselves Jews, and they're a bunch of liars. Read.
And they shall fish them, and after I will send for many hunters, and they shall hunt them from every mountain, and from every hill, and out the holes of all the rocks.
That's right, they're going to try to hide from this judgment that's coming.
Right.
And you ain't going to be able to go nowhere, not to a hole, not to a rock. You're going to get the worst judgment. And we should be really praying for these people. We should be praying like this is, what does a Christian tell you what your hope is for, right? Do they say I'm saved just because I believe in Christ? No, you're not saved. The Bible says he that endured to the end shall be saved.
That's right.
Give me Revelation 2:9. He that endured to the end. You got to go through trial. You got to go through tribulation. That's why you got brothers like us standing out here that put our life on the line to speak this truth. That's what you should be doing. Once the Spirit come upon you, get busy. Do the work. Give me that.
Revelation chapter 2 verse 9.
So they done stole our nationality. They done stole our heritage. And they are sitting in our land. That's our land. Read.
I know thy works and thy tribulations and poverty.
So who's impoverished? Are the so-called Jewish people impoverished? Or do they own every doggone hospital and school up and down this block? They are not impoverished, they rich. They got an army, they got a United Nations, they are part of the UN. Do the so-called black man got an army, a navy, or marines? Do we got a tank? No, we ain't got no type of power. Read.
But thou art rich.
But thou art what?
But thou art rich.
So the Most High said he know our poverty, our tribulation. We at the lowest state. Where are we rich in? We rich in the spirit. All through the slavery movement, the slaves were singing, swing low, chariot, coming for to carry me home. They been knew that the Most High said the earth is his footstool. He travels in chariots. The angelic beings are in chariots. They were singing about the chariots coming for to carry them home. Please deliver us out of this captivity and this bondage. Read.
And I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews.
And I know what?
I know the blasphemy of them which say they are Jews and are not, but are the synagogue of Satan.
They are who?
The synagogue of Satan.
So the Bible just told you that these people dressing themselves up, wearing little tulip hats, carrying a black briefcase, all right, dancing around doing some crazy crap, falling through floors when they ain't celebrating. I seen that post on Facebook, had me dying. Them ain't the real Jews. They're a bunch of imposters. And y'all know it. Go and ask somebody a quick history lesson. If they the real Jews, how come they didn't get scattered according to the curses of Deuteronomy 28? How come they in the Holy Land? Because the real Jews are not supposed to be in the Holy Land during the time of judgment. So who are these people? They the synagogue of Satan. Read verse 10.
Verse 10.
Yeah, read that.
Fear none of those things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some into prison, that ye may be tried.
Wait. So a lot of people get mad at us because we call a white man the devil the Bible speak of, right? What is a devil? A devil is somebody that come and take over whole nations and deceive them. He flooded the earth with many lies.
Right.
That is the definition of a devil. You are guilty. Read. Wait, hold up. And don't get mad at us because we stand on the foundation of the Bible. The Bible just sat here and said the devil will cast you into prison. So is that not a man, or is it some fairy tale spiritual being floating in the air? Throwing people in physical jail. Read.
And ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful until death.
Be thou what?
Be thou faithful until death.
That's right.
And I will give thee a crown of life.
That's how you get your crown. That's how you endure to the end. Doing what we out here doing. Standing boldly in the face of adversity. Some of these people that cussed us out, threw stuff at us, called us all kinds of crazy names. Even our own people say, oh, they full of hate. This ain't no hate, this is love. Give me Revelation 13:9. I'm going to show you what your patience and your faith should be in. Because you got to be kidding me if you're happy in this kingdom.
The book of Revelation, chapter 13, verse 9.
Read.
If any man have an ear, let him hear. Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Say that one more time.
Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
So I thought we were supposed to prayerfully wait that we just gonna float away and ignore the whole situation that we living in. Tell me the patience and the faith again.
Verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
So our patience and our faith should be praying for our enemies to be recompensed for their wrongdoing against us.
Right.
If we are the holy and the chosen and the apple of the Most High's eye, and He allows something to happen to us for a time period, why are we so happy with our condition? Read.
And he that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints.
I didn't make that up. I didn't say that. The Bible said that. Give me Lamentations 4:21. I didn't say that. All throughout history. And the history that they try to hide. Because they didn't think that the Most High wouldn't put the Spirit on us to go and pick up a book and study. Don't be mad at us because we know how to read, articulate, and we got good education. The stuff that you tried to keep from us. In Prince George's County, they got one of the worst educational statistics in the nation. They got mad because there was too many black people graduating. They said, hold up, these teachers cannot possibly be teaching these kids. There's too many people graduating. That's going to be too much competition for us. Here it is. A lot of these people got degrees and they ain't even got a job. Read. Give me verse 20. Matter of fact. Start at verse 20.
The book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 20. The breath of our nostrils, the anointed of the Most High, was taken in their pits, of whom we said, under his shadow we shall live among the heathen.
That's what we're doing right now. We living among the heathen. Now the Bible told you that the law, statutes, and commandments are not done away with. But also in Romans chapter 13 it says, be obedient unto the laws that of the society. So we gotta find the commonplace there. Yeah, don't go out and willfully commit a crime, but don't be ignorant and think because the law tell you to acknowledge LBGT, which is totally the opposite of the Bible, that's what that's talking about. No. Read.
21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz.
That's right. You better be happy. Live it up now. Live it up because your time coming. Enjoy it. Your high, tall buildings, you know, your drug-infested communities. Live it up. You live in lavish. Enjoy yourself while it lasts. I'm going to tell you. Read.
And thou shalt be drunken, and shalt make thyself naked. 22. And the punishment of thy iniquities is accomplished, O daughter of Zion.
So wait a minute. They went above and beyond. So the Most High used them to punish us because we broke the law, statutes, and commandments. But it said that our iniquity was over. These people went over and beyond to oppress us even more. Read. That's right. The judgment of our iniquity been up.
White man took it too far.
The white man went
too far.
He went above and beyond. And he shows that perpetual, we're going to prove that. So anybody talking that hate garbage, the Bible and the truth, we're going to deal with you. We're going to deal with you. Read.
He will no more carry thee away, O captive. He will visit the iniquity, O daughter of Edom.
He's going to visit the iniquity of the daughter of Edom, the so-called white man. He's going to visit you in your iniquity because you're walking around this earth prideful like you don't owe us everything you got. You owe us that plus 100-fold. Is that it?
He will discover thy sins.
Yeah, he will discover your sins. Give me Ezekiel 35, start at verse 1. We're going to obliterate this hate doctrine. Because obviously you don't read the Bible.
Right.
You don't know who the Most High is talking about from Genesis to Revelation. With the Apocrypha up in the middle. Obviously you forgot. But we here to remind you. Read. 35 and 1.
Ezekiel 35:1.
Salakia. We're going to prove to you who got the hate.
First Bible was the Gideon Bible, written in German, Russia. The Gideon Bible.
Yeah, the Gideon. We don't deal with the Gideon system. We deal with the
No, the
King
first
James.
Bible was written from the Gideon Bible, the Dead Sea Scrolls written in the Gideon.
Yeah, it was originally written in Hebrew.
Yeah, but the
And
first,
the
but the
Dead Sea
first-
Scrolls.
The first book, the first Bible was written. If you go to Library of Congress, the first book Bible is the Gideon Bible.
Yeah, and it lines up with what we read.
But the Catholic Bible also has everything with the Apocrypha. And if you read Genesis 1 through 5, it also tells you God created man, then he created Adam and Eve. You see, that's the whole thing. You have to understand. If you understand things, you know things about things.
All right. We'll deal with that. Give us 1 minute. You said a whole lot real quick. Let's get back on the topic. See, because we understand that Christ spoke Hebrew, and we understand that the original text was written in Hebrew.
Christ did not speak Hebrew, he spoke Aramaic.
No, the Aramaic is Arabic.
No.
Christ's
Christ's language was Aramaic. Aramaic.
No, Christ spoke Hebrew. Aramaic
No.
and Arab. That's how you got
No.
That's how you got the religion of Islam.
No.
And the Muslims.
Christ's
Because
language.
they speak Arabic also. We can deal with that. Give me Ezekiel 35. But hold on, sister. Let
The book of Ezekiel 35, verse 1.
Let the Bible go forth, all right? We'll deal with your questions in a minute. Read.
Moreover, the word of the Most High came unto me, saying, verse 2, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
So Mount Seir is the nation of Edom. There's, 18 nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. And Edom is the so-called white man. All right? It's 18 nations outside of the 12 tribes of Israel. We identify them. They call them Mount Seir, and they call them Edom. So when we know Edom is the nation that Esau descends from. So when he's speaking of Edom, he's referring to the so-called white man. Read.
And prophesy against it, and say unto it, Thus saith the Lord God, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
The Most High is against Mount Seir. We didn't say it. We just reading the Bible. Read.
I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
He's going to make you most desolate. Just like Malachi 1 and 1 through 4 said. So we ain't out here just screaming at these other nations for no reason. We're going to prove it. Read.
I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am the Lord. Why? Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred.
Thou hast had a what?
A perpetual hatred.
That's right. So they said we preaching hate, right? But the Most High just said that Edom and Esau had a perpetual hate for the nation of who? For the nation of Jacob. And the spirits are rolling in. We bind every one of them up in the name of Yahweh. Read.
And has shed the blood of the children of Israel by force.
That's right, by the force of the sword. You shed the blood of the children of Israel. And he had a perpetual hate, meaning everlasting. From the beginning, he had a hate for the nation of Israel. On that.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity.
Great.
And the time in their iniquity had an end.
Oh wait, so Lamentations chapter 4, if you caught that, Lamentations 4 and 21, it said it in the Old Testament that our calamity and our judgment that the Most High punished us for breaking the law, statutes, and commandments had an end. But the so-called white people hate us so bad. Read it again from the top, Salaki. Start at verse 5.
Verse 5. Ezekiel 35, verse 5. Behold, thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by force of the sword, and the time of their calamity, and the time that their iniquity had an end.
That's right. So he went over, above, and beyond to oppress us because he perpetually hates the nation of Israel. Is that it?
That's free.
Give me Jeremiah 28 and 8.
Scripture is good for learning and
Jeremiah 28 and 8.
and instruction and personal.
Sister, don't get into no arguments with her. 28 and 8.
The book of Jeremiah, chapter 28, verse 8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied, both against.
Start back at the top. Jeremiah 28 and 8.
The book of Jeremiah 28, verse 8. The prophets that have prophesied for me and before thee of old prophesied against many countries.
That's right. That's what we out here doing. Prophesying against this sinful kingdom. All right? And that's what we're going to keep doing. Prophesying, the prophets before us did the same exact thing. We're following in the footsteps of our ancestors. All right? That's the bottom line. That's what it is. Give me Revelations 18, start at verse 1. Revelation 18, verse 1.
The book of Revelation, chapter 18, verse 1. And after these things, I saw an angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth lighted with his glory. Verse 2, and he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon the Great.
Babylon the what?
Babylon the Great is fallen, and has become an habitation of devils.
It's become the habitation of what?
Of devils.
Of what?
Of devils.
Read.
And the whole of every foul spirit, and a cage of every unclean and hateful word.
So right out here, while we bringing out the word, all these spirits come out here to attack us.
All right.
Manifestation right before your face. Read up.
Verse 3, for all the nations have drunken of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her.
That's right. All the nations have committed fornication along with Edomites. It ain't just the Edomites, the so-called white man. It's all the nations spoken of in the book of Psalms, chapter 83. Sister, it's cool. We'll put it aside. It's all the books the people spoken of from California. I appreciate that. Shalom, sisters. We appreciate you too. All the nations spoken of in Psalms chapter 83 are the nations that we're speaking of. Now, Edomites, or the so-called white man, being the primary enemy, yes, he the most one that always rears his ugly head and show the most hate. The other nations are included in that as well. Where?
And the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, come out of her, my people.
Come what?
Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, and that ye receive not her plagues. For her sins have reached unto heaven, and God hath remembered her iniquities.
Yes, the Most High does not forget your iniquities. He's the same as yesterday, today, and forevermore. Give me Malachi 3:6. The Most High don't change. So everybody talking about, oh, we don't follow the Old Testament. Christ nailed that to the cross. Well, Christ said himself he didn't come to do away with the laws or the prophets. So what are you saying? Read that.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed.
Read it one more time, Ak.
The book of Malachi, chapter 3, verse 6. For I am the Lord, I change not. Therefore ye, the sons of Jacob, are not consumed.
So you ain't going to consume us with your Western world theology, your ideology, your pagan holidays, all your false worship, all the little laws you're trying to pass to make it harder for us to keep the laws and commandments. We on to your games about putting pork and gelatin in the food. We on to your games about giving autism to young black kids with these daggone vaccines. You are the devil, the Bible speaker.
Right.
We on to your game. Then you try to force us into your falsehood. We are not having it.
That's right.
We're not going for it. Give me Isaiah 8:20. And if you come up here and tell us anything opposite of what the Father's telling us, we're not going for it. We're doing our righteous servitude right now. We're waking our people up out of their sleep.
Right.
So-called Hispanic, Native American, Northern American, West Indies, so-called Latino. Those are all proverbs and bywords they gave you. The conquistadors conquered you and gave you the language of Española. Read.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 8, verse 20. To the law and to the testimony.
To the what?
To the law and to the testimony. If they speak not according to this word, it is because there is no light in them.
Yeah. Ain't no light in you. You come up here telling us that Christ's original language, when it go back to, what was it, Eber, Methuselah, and Noah, that they didn't speak Hebrew. They spoke Arabic, right? So the whole Muslim, that would validate the whole Muslim religion. No, we didn't speak Arabic. We spoke Hebrew. Christ was a Hebrew from the tribe of Judah. Give me Hebrews 7 and 14. Christ was a Hebrew from the tribe of Judah. That's why we